we haven't done PBA previews in a while, so might as well bring it back. And good timing. We have Alaska versus Talk 'N Text on Friday. This is going to be nasty.
It's gonna be a ridiculously awesome ball game. It was gonna be good. Either way, I already circled this sa calendar natin ng schedule. Talk 'N Text Alaska, it was gonna be a good game. Can't miss basketball. Lalo na ngayon na manggagaling pa sa talo yung Talk 'N Text. It just makes it a whole lot better, di ba?
And you have Alaska, can't seem to lose.
4-0. 4-0 ngayon, and we gotta remember, back in the Philippine Cup, Talk 'N Text only lost twice in the elimination round. And once was to Alaska. They only had 4 losses in that entire Philippine Cup. 2 sa playoffs against Alaska, and isa sa elimination round, di ba? So, Alaska seems to have their number.
Playoff rematch pa.
Yun,
Oh my gosh, patong-patong na yung reason to watch this game. Okay, from a coach's standpoint, what is so intriguing about Alaska versus Talk 'N
I
Text?
think Alaska right now is the best team in the PBA.
Better than Talk 'N Text?
Or they're 4-0. Talk 'N Text has 2 losses.
So far.
So, and Talk 'N Text has been the best team in the PBA for the past few years. So it's very interesting. They came from a very physical and intense series. I think it was there were some emotions attached to that series. They were really,
Which should carry over.
yeah, exactly. It should be. As you said, Talk 'N Text is definitely gonna look to bounce back for sure. And it's really really interesting. Alaska's 4-0. They've made plays down the stretch, but as I mentioned in a previous episode, they could easily have been 2-2, but that's not how it is, and they're 4-0. And this is probably the first marquee matchup really in the season thus far, just because these are probably the 2 best teams right now.
Parang nangangamoy statement game to. Not just for Alaska, because syempre they want to show people that for you to tell people, convince people that you are for real, you need to beat Talk 'N Text.
Yep. And you have to say the same is true for Talk 'N Text. That if you want to prove that this is still
Kayo pa rin.
your league,
Yeah.
you have to beat Alaska. After they won their second game, I think Coach Norman went to the press room and said that we just want to keep up with Alaska. So that's saying that he has his sights on Alaska because he knows that they're a very good team. So it would be a game to watch out for.
I agree. I'm looking forward to watching this game. 4-0, the only unbeaten team in the league. And then Talk 'N Text, although they're 2-2, they're way better than that record. So I would think that Talk 'N Text is gonna. I think they're gonna bounce back. I would think so. I don't think they're gonna allow themselves to go below 500. But at the same time, the way Alaska's been playing, I won't be surprised again if they go 5-0. They've been playing great
So
basketball.
who's gonna win?
I would think Talk 'N Text, I'll say.
Can't even remember the last time Talk 'N Text lost back-to-back games.
Yeah, that's why.
Diba?
Plus below 500.
You're saying that Talk 'N Text is in grave danger of losing back-to-back games.
Sa nilalaro ng Alaska.
Yeah.
The confidence is
Yeah,
there.
that's right, yeah.
And yung revenge factor nga, no? These are the guys that took them out of the Philippine Cup. Alaska's reeling right now. They have a solid chance.
I think with Alaska also and Talk 'N Text, you have players here who belong to yung mga elite na listahan. You talk about the point guards. You have 3 point guards in this game. You have 2 from Talk 'N Text, Jimmy and Jason, and you have JV Castro from Alaska. You talk about the power forwards. You have Kelly and Harvey, and then you have the Beast dun sa kabila. Scoring, it's not gonna be a problem. I mean, you have Cyrus on one side, and then sa Talk 'N Text naman, a lot of guys.
Sunny Thos is gonna be the difference maker. Ibang klase nilalaro niya Sunny Thos. Rebounds are down, pero yung shooting niya, sinestretch lang niya all the way to 19 feet, 20 feet yung range niya. And box out lang siya ng box out, tinahayaan niya yung import niya makakuha ng rebounds. If Talk 'N Text is gonna have to deal with the import of Alaskan is Robert Dozier, who's gonna man up to Sunny Thos right now?
So parang si Sunny Thos yung tipong walang
Walang kamatchup pa eh.
Walang katapat. That was potentially was a problem for Talk 'N Text nung playoff series nila.
Kasi mag-isa si Thos nun eh. Ngayon, meron kang Dozier. Diba?
Okay, let's talk about the imports naman. Okay, Dozier versus Keith Benson. I get a feeling itong dalawang import ito, para sila yung, okay lang kung hindi kami yung star.
Yeah.
We have no problem with that. We'll just do our job, points, rebounds, maybe some blocks, but okay lang if yung mas mangibabaw yung imports, doesn't seem to be a problem for them.
Because these 2 teams know what their MO is eh. Alam nila na they don't have to rely on an import to score heavily. Kasi yun yung gusto ko sa dalawang teams actually. They were built very well. So if you have a working system, you put someone in who would work inside that system. Not someone who would dominate. Kasi mawawalan ng sense yung paggawa mo ng buong team.
Benson versus Dozier.
Exactly what he said.
Dagdagan mo naman, coach ka eh.
They're a good fit for their teams. They're both role players
Yeah.
right now. If you look at Talk and Text, they're not really running a lot of ISOs for Benson. In fact, he's setting a lot of ball screens for the point guards and just letting them make plays for their team. So they're evenly matched. Dozier, he's a pretty good import. I know after his first game, a lot of people didn't really think highly of him, but now he's proved that he's a very capable import. Does what his team needs. He can score. Also, when he's given the ball, has a decent outside touch, shoots free throws pretty well. So he's a good fit for the team.
Okay, let's do gut feel time here. Who has
Hindi mo na ako tinanong
Ano ba? Di ba bakit tinatanong?
sa import.
You wanna say something about the import?
Character check time para dito kay Keith Benson. We already know the character and the drive of the rest of the
What's
Tropang
wrong with
Texters.
Keith Benson?
He got lit up by Denzel Bulls. How does he bounce back?
But it's Denzel Bowles.
Ba?
Well,
He has
had
to take it out on
he also had
somebody.
foul trouble, right? He had like
No. Yeah, two.
So feeling mo yung Keith Benson has something to prove.
Kasi we all know about Talk and Text.
Yeah.
Their winning tradition and how they haven't lost back-to-back in so long. Keith Benson, he got outplayed by Denzel Bulls. How do you bounce back? You have to prove to everybody at that camp na you belong with the Tropang Texters.
Therefore, based on your gut feel, and you know I totally rely on your gut feel. Upper hand, sinong ano dito? Sinong tingin
Sino
mo?
mananalo?
Lamang ang Talk and Text. Yamado.
Yamado ang
Talk and
Talk and
Text.
Text.
I've always really respected Talk and Text, and I still think they're gonna win. And I hope they win, just because we obviously want the teams to be closer
Yep.
to one another in the
Okay.
standings.
Alright.
You know what? I think Alaska pulls this out.
Alaska.
Yeah.
Wow. Hot streak. If they win again and it's
Yep.
against Talk and Text.
Yeah.
And then you said earlier, just repeat it.
Yeah.
Nung
Talk and
yeah.
Text. What he said.
Talk and Text.
Talk
I
and
said
Text.
Talk and Text.
So Talk and Text, Alaska, Talk and Text.
Yamado Talk
Talk
and
and
Text.
Text better win.
Ikaw.
Ako? Alaska.
ikaw.
Alaska.
Santana
What?
tayo.
Why?
Wala.
Because Chard knows.
Yeah, because child knows. Wala connection.